What is going on, everybody? Right now, you're tuned in to Urban View, your number one spot for everything going on in urban culture. I'm your host, and I go by the name of Josh Bryant. First of all, thank you so much for tuning in again. I truly appreciate y'all. And today, I know it's been a minute with the interviews, but I am coming back strong with one of the new faces of Cash Money, the one and only Rublow. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
What's good, bro? All is well, man. How about yourself?
I am doing really well. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm glad that all is well on your end as well. There's a
Yes,
lot going on, but hey, glad to see another day. That's all we can ever hope for, you know? So,
for real.
but I want to get into this interview because you're a new face and a lot of people may not know your story. And
Mm-hmm.
for me as a new listener, especially after hearing your new project Blueprint, the
Mm-hmm.
first real question that I really have for you is what was the inspiration behind your stage name being Rublo?
So I got an older cousin who I shared a rap dream with, and he passed away. You feel me? And we was on this grind together, man. He had made a tape called Blow, the mixtape, and we that just became the lingo, you know. I called him Blow. He called, like, instead of saying bro, we said blow. You feel me? And like one day we was together every day, dog. One day, the only day we wasn't together, he died. And like that shit left a mark on me, like, you feel me? So at his funeral, I remember reaching down into his casket, like saying basically, I'm gonna keep it going, you feel me? So my name Ruben and my nickname Rube, so I just added blow at the end to keep bro like living through me type shit. You feel me?
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. And first of all, so sorry for your loss. You know, I can definitely relate, especially when you lose somebody close to you,
Mm-hmm.
because even though you lose them physically, you always keep their memory alive. And the way that you do it is definitely dope. I didn't know that before, but again, that's definitely a dope touch. So salute.
Yes, sir.
All right. So moving off that though, I do gotta ask you about this next question.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing that connects us all in hip hop is that we all love it in one way or another. You rap, I do content, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are just fans of hip hop. So I want to know from your experience, how did you first really fall in love with hip hop? And also, who are some artists that gave you inspiration that really influenced your sound today?
Um, I fell in love with hip hop when I was like 5 years old, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, and I remember I just been right. I was writing since I was like 5 years old, like writing real raps and shit. And who influenced my style? Ain't nobody really influenced my style, but like people I look up to in this shit, like Jay-Z, Wayne, Future, you feel me? Gotti, Jeezy, who else? A lot of people, you feel me? Like a lot of like greats before me. And I always had this thing where I studied the greats, but I ain't never really like implement and put their stuff in my stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never really like looked at another artist and I said I'm gonna do it like that. Like, nah.
Yeah, I get you because especially with where hip hop is today,
Mm,
everybody they can look at role models, but in terms of their own sound, they may not have like a direct influence. So
mm,
I definitely feel you on that for sure.
yeah.
So moving on with this, you talked about you falling in love with hip hop at the age of 5, but
Mm.
there's a certain turning point where you got to take it seriously. So I want to ask you about this. What sacrifices did you make early on when you really knew that you wanted to pursue rapping full time?
Man, bro, when knew I want to do this shit full time, bro, like man, a lot of shit. I sacrificed a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I was like 18 when I had like my son was just born and I had flew to LA for good. You know what I'm saying? And like I was back and forth, obviously, to come see my son and stuff like that. But man, I had flew to LA, bro, and I was sleeping on couches and shit, bro, at relatives' houses and working 9 to 5s and shit, just chasing that shit, you feel me? And just relentlessly going at it and never really stopped. And I sacrificed a lot of time with family, sacrificed shit a lot, you feel me? A lot.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely feel you on that for sure. And also, I did a little homework too, because in another interview that I saw that you did, you talked
mhm.
about how you actually worked at UCLA while you were coming up too. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I worked at UCLA through this temp agency. I was on and off at that shit for like a year. I want to say like a year, but I was working at that motherfucker in the kitchen, at this restaurant called Brewing Plate. It was like the more healthier kitchen at UCLA, and I mean healthier cafeteria, and I was just serving food and that being stacking dishes. So I really was stacking dishes. Sometimes I served the food. You feel me? And yeah, that's how I was getting by at the time. Yeah.
Well, I definitely get that for sure. And it adds a part of your journey too, because especially with your project, it was super raw, super real. And
Mm,
you and just your story,
mm,
working up, having your son as your motivation, having your fallen loved one as well. There's a lot of motivation, there's a lot of realness, there's a lot of rawness, and it showed in your music. However, as you were doing the work, you also put in the work in the studio, getting your better at your craft, working
yeah,
on
for
your
sure.
sound. And then also, once you really got into your sound a little bit, you were
Mm,
able to connect with some good people over at Cash Money Records. So, and also in Blowprint, you actually
mm,
had a lot of mentions of Ronald Slim Williams and Birdman. So
yeah.
I just want you to do this for me. Can you
Mm,
just walk us through what it was like, the process of getting signed to Cash Money, and
mm.
also now being able to get game from two of the industry legends, Slim and Birdman?
The steps to me getting signed basically was one day I had just landed back in Tampa from LA. And I remember one day I was doing my little thing or whatever. I pulled back up to my grandma's house and my manager called me and he was like, bro, I got Slim on the other line. I'm like, Slim, Slim. I'm like, nah, he ain't talking about cash money, Slim. Like, you feel me? That's just absurd at like 12 at night or some shit like that. I'm like, all right, well, he said he fucking with your music and shit. I'm like, you talking about Cash Money Slam? He like, yeah, man. He died that man then, but my heart dropped. I said, damn. He like, fuck it with you, bro. What you want to do? You want to sign? I'm like, hell yeah. He flew me out like 5 days later. We handled that business, you feel me? And that was that. Slim just gonna always encourage you working hard. And I just absorb like I'm very observant, so I just watch them, you know what I'm saying? Watch how they move and shit. And I'm most definitely inspired by that and their business model and all of that too. Yeah. So
Definitely. First of all, salute to Slim and Birdman. Cash Money is iconic. You already mentioned it a little bit earlier that
mm,
Lil Wayne was one of your role models. So to be able to sign to his
yeah.
own label with the same mentors, I know
Yeah,
that
that was
must have been
crazy.
such, yeah, such a crazy feeling. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
if that
that was
was
crazy.
me, I would have went crazy. But
Yeah, I did, man. Yeah, I had an anxiety attack. I heard Slim on the phone. I said, "What the fuck?" Yeah, oh, blow. Yeah.
man, that's so dope for sure. But now I got to move on to your new EP, Blowprint, and
Mm,
specifically, there's a song on there called Blow Talk, one of
mm,
my favorites on there. And you said this, right? You said that rappers be capping in their songs, but you not one of them. So off that, I want to ask you about this. How important was it for you to be authentic in telling your life story and also representing for the real Tampa Bay on your new EP, Blowprint?
It was very important to always be myself and keep it G like I always do. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you listen to them, I'm talking about my struggles and things I actually been through. You know, like coming up in poverty and all of that shit. You feel me? And, the all the other stuff you heard in there too. All that shit real. Um, it was important, man. I gotta keep it real though. You feel me? That's just always first and foremost, and that's just that. And the other part you asked, my bad.
No, it's okay. You basically answered that whole question because I was going to bring up afterwards. Like I said before, this EP, it
Mm,
told a lot of your story. You were being real, you were being raw, you were being honest. You
yeah,
talked about the trapping, you talked about you
yeah,
repping for not only where you came from, but
yeah.
also repping for this new chapter in your life. No Love in the Streets. Ohana was definitely one of my favorite songs up there as well. Off the
Appreciate you.
Muscle. All
Thank,
these songs, in my opinion, you definitely killed it with this EP, and
thank you.
this is only the beginning for you, man. No
Thank you
problem.
so
No
much.
problem.
Yes, sir. God bless you, bro. Appreciate it.
Man, God bless you too. But I gotta ask you one more question. Then I
Once
got something bonus on the way as well.
again.
So with Blowprint, this is your first official release under Cash Money. You have a lot of dope singles on there. So
Mm-hmm.
for both your new fans and your old fans as well, what can
Mm-hmm.
be what can we be expecting from you this last half of 2024? Are you going to be doing any shows? Are you hopping on any other features with Cash Money artists? What can we
Mm-hmm.
be expecting?
All that shows, features, merch drops. Album coming soon. Uh, some little business endeavors I got going on. You feel me? Still finalizing all of that. And yeah, bro. I'm here to stay. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, you heard the man. He said he's here to stay. He's someone who does not cap in his raps. Everything he says is real. And if you like a little bounce too, then Rublow is definitely your man. And again, I'm really excited for where you're taking your career to, especially with those right influences at Cash Money. The sky is definitely the limit. So, yeah, those are all my real main questions. But right now, we're going to have a little bit of fun. So, I'm from Jersey, and I
Mm-hmm.
know you're from Tampa Bay. Salute to everybody in Tampa Bay.
Yes,
So
sir.
with that, there's a lot of slang in Florida that I really don't know. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you some slang words from Florida, and I want you to basically just give me a little definition of it, right? And I
Right.
got one that I think you might be thrown off on it. You might be, all right?
All
You
right.
ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so first one, easy one. What's a jit?
Jit is Jit can mean a couple different things. It could mean obviously a young person, somebody younger than you. It could mean or it could just be like a term like if a nigga try you with something, you be like, man, Jit got me fucked up. You feel me? Like he could be older than you. It's just a word.
Got you. Definitely,
And
because
that
I've heard a
started in
lot of people
Tampa.
use it. It
That
started in
started
Tampa.
in Tampa. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people trying to take credit for that shit. That shit started right here. Like majority of the language. Even Cap started right here, but that's another one. We're gonna keep pushing.
I didn't know that one. I didn't know that for sure. See, this is why I do these things. So I didn't know. I appreciate that, right?
For
So we're
sure.
gonna move on to the second word, right?
Hmm.
What is gooking?
Gookin, that's something they say more down, like down south, or like Lauderdale and shit, like Broward. I be hearing that when I'm down there. I think that mean like when a nigga tripping or like a nigga who like doing drugs. You feel me? Like that but gooking. Like I think that's what that mean. I don't know, like smoking mollies and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely got that one. Yeah, because I found that they say when someone's tripping out. So you definitely got that one. You got that.
Okay.
All right. This one, the third one.
Mm-hmm.
What is yatted?
Yatty. It's like when you tat it. Like you tat it like a bitch. I don't really say that though. Feel me? I don't say yatty. Yeah. I just say I'm tatted like a bitch. Shit.
Yeah, I get you. Because as soon as I saw it, I was like, I don't know if I would use that for being tatted up. Because when
When
I
we
saw
was younger,
yatted,
we said it so much. I barely hear that now. Like I'm yatty. I don't hear that no more. Feel me? Like,
really,
yeah, I don't really hear. I hear it sometimes periodically, but I don't really hear it like big gonna say like bitch I'm like I just got wet up or like you know what I'm saying like I'm tatted. Bitch ain't gonna say yeah. I don't know. It depends, man. People still say it though, but it ain't as common as it used to be.
I got you. I got you. But you've been on a roll. And then this is the last one, then that's it, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
the one I don't know if you're going to get, but
Mm-hmm.
there's like a 50-50 chance.
Mm-hmm.
What is a snowbird?
I used to hear my grandma say that shit all the time. That's like people like in like I think like in the winter time, it's like people who from where places where it's snow they fly like up north and shit. They come down here in Florida because it don't be that cold in the winter time. Like yeah.
Yeah, you got it on the spot because that was the one. Because I've never really heard anyone from Florida really talk about snowbirds like that.
That's
But
something you
when
hear
you said
older
with your
people
grandmother,
say. Yeah, older
yeah.
people say shit like that. The snowbirds, like we ain't, I don't say that shit like that.
But yeah, those are all the slang words I got. Man, you definitely taught me a lot about the culture. I appreciate that.
So that,
And
bro.
yeah, outside of that, that's pretty much everything.
Mm,
Rublow, man, thank you so much for coming on. I truly appreciate you.
it's
Everybody, go check out his new EP, Blueprint, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to your music. Make sure to check it out now. Rublow, any final words? Where can they follow you on social media? How can they keep up with you?
Follow me on Instagram at Rublow underscore RUBLOW underscore. You can find me on YouTube, Rublow, on all streaming platforms. You feel me? And that there you have it.
You heard the man. Make sure to give him a follow and stay up to date. Like I told y'all, he's one of the upcoming faces of Cash Money. So you definitely want to get on this wave right now before it's too late. But with all that being said, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate you. Please be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Follow me on IG and TikTok at official Josh Bryant. And until next time, peace.